Yo, Ed, it's Versus Z, and here's my video response to your Friday Gundam poll. And yeah, I know it's Monday. Is it Monday? Monday. Which Gundams would you let go? Um, this was a really good question to ask. Some of your previous Friday Gundam polls were there were some good questions where it really got me thinking, but this one had me stumped. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people who responded felt the same way at some point, thinking about their answer. And it was a hard decision. I don't have a lot of model kits. Sometimes I feel like I got more backlogged model kits than I do completed model kits, but that's just what it feels like. I really do have a lot more finished ones than I do the other way around, But there are some unbuilt model kits that I would have considered. Like, let's say the Master Raid Strike Noir. It is I say this all the time. It is my favorite design in the Seed and Destiny universe all throughout. That one next to it would have to be. No, we'll save that for later. But Strike Noir is definitely one of my favorites. It really stands out. I think it's. I mentioned this before in another video. I can't remember if it was yours or someone else's, but someone brought up which Gundam or Mobile Suit or something would you pilot, and I said straight up Strike Noir. And the second part of your question, the second part of your video was what's your favorite version of the Strike, and obviously I was going to say the Strike Noir for given reasons. So that answers the second part, but it's unbuilt. It took me a while to get it. It's going to be one of my holy grails once it's done, but it's not going to be the one I would take with me. It's not going to be the one that I would like. Oh snap! What do I grab? But then again, it's kind of what if it does really happen? It's different if it does happen compared to when you think about it. What if it happens? What would you grab? That absolutely, like, if it really did happen and it came down to it, what would I grab? I would have to say the unbuilt Strike Noir box. I'd be like, whoop, snatch and like take off, and let everything else burn down to the ground. That sounds so horrible, but realistically, I thought about it, and the model kit that holds the most sentimental value to me right now, like I said, it was a tough decision. I had. There's the Master Raid Titans Gundam Mark II version 2.0, which is my another top design overall. I mean, it's got the dark colors. It feels very. It just gives off that presence that it's simple yet imposing, and a lot comes out of it just by looking at it. It's not flashy like Quanta or Strike Freedom or 00 Riser. It's not flashy. It doesn't need all those flashy bigness and bulkiness to it to make it look good. It doesn't have a huge backpack with wings. It's just that Gundam in itself. And if it's able to give off so much awesomeness, then it's cool like that. And that's what I love about the Titans Gundam Mark II. The kit's no different. The kit is a great, solid model kit. If you were trying to get into your first Master Grade, I would definitely suggest or recommend that particular kit, whether you get in Titans or AU colors. Other Master Raid Wing Zero Custom. I mean, the only sentimental value it holds for me is that it looks good, and it's a very representative model kit of the mobile suit that I fell in love with as a kid. Freedom doesn't hold much sentimental value to me, honestly, but it was my first Master Raid where I actually painted some things and used some clear coats and stuff like that. It was the first. In fact, it's the first model kit where I actually did use clear coats and extra stuff like that. The rest were just out of the box. Now, Master Raid Exia, I'm ignoring high grades because high grades they're cheap, they're easy to find, they're easy to build. If all my high grades from 00, if I were to get them again, I wouldn't mind because I do them so much better than straight up out of the box. I know what to do. It's like take two in an act. Hopefully you do it right once, but you can definitely do it better the second time. But Master Raid Exia was going to be my decision. I thought about it because one, it's a freaking expensive kit for what it is, compared to the original release, of course. But you pay for the silver-plated parts, you pay for basically 2 kits in one, where you can get the normal Exia and the Exia repair. You get an LED unit, so the price I paid for it, and the price some of us paid for it, it was worth it. But anyway, as I was building this, and some of you remember, some of you don't, I broke an important part. It was a very important part, because it was the piece that held that rod or that bar that keeps the arm, or that peg where you put the arm into, and that mechanism also attaches onto the shoulder, the body. Well, that part snapped, and if that breaks, you basically have rendered your Exia armless in the right arm. No right arm. You can't hold the GN sword. So that was very important for me to fix, and just me having to put that extra time to mend it, to try and make it new again, or as new as I could have made. And to my surprise, it was a success. I'm very careful with it. I'm very particular about it. Very picky about moving it. Very patient with it. It's like taking that extra time to care for something that broke, and trying your best to fix it back so that it's in a workable condition. Kind of feels like you're taking care of your own friggin' your child or something. Something you made. And so, of all the master rates I have, Master Raid Exia Ignition Mode has the most sentimental value of all 4 of them. I don't even count Master Raid Burning Gundam because it's destroyed, and Master Raid Master Gundam because I technically didn't build it. Well, no, technically there, I didn't build it at all. I just bought it just because. And if given another chance, would I buy the Master Raid Master Gundam? No. If I was a completist, no. If I was a completist, yes, but not. It's not at all near in my priority list at all. And you guys know my priority list. So it came down to this. Sorry for all the detail and filling in, but I would have to grab this guy, the high grade 00 Quanta, and I don't want to sound like I'm a Quanta fanboy, which I'm really not. I am a fan of the design. It is pretty unique. I do agree that it does give off that it kind of looks like a scrap, kit bash of 3 or 4 different mobile suits in one. I do agree with that, but I think they did a good job of doing it. And the fact that I add a little bit extra just to make it my own, and the fact that this was also another kit where I used up a whole lot of clear coat, just everything that I basically did to it this holds a very great sentimental value to me, because it was the model kit that I wanted to use to represent my return to building Gundam models and reviewing them to you guys. Not only that, personally, I wanted to make it quite an experience to go by. And I think Master Raid Quanta would have been a great representation. Reborn's Gundam, High Grade Reborn's Gundam, a really close one in its name, Reborn. But yeah, this guy holds a lot of sentimental value to me. Build-wise, I did a lot of things. I did almost everything I knew about, almost every trick that I learned, and I guess try to perfect. I applied to this, all except weathering, of course, because I didn't want to weather this thing. And by all means, my weathering has improved since that tutorial that I showed you. I think I should use a little bit too much paint, but trust me, my weathering has changed since then. And I haven't actually weathered. The last kits I weathered were Armored Core kits, and I really can't imagine myself to weather a 00 unit, maybe Universal Century unit, but definitely I will always weather an Armored Core unit or model kit. But this guy definitely holds a lot of sentimental value. Maybe it would be different if I had already built Strike Noir. I'd definitely grab that, but it was a tough decision between this guy and the Strike Noir, the unbuilt Strike Noir. Aside from that, this guy's compact. You can just like friggin' grab him, just grab him like that, then I gotta go. And Strike Noir, it's a friggin' box, But yeah, that's my very long response. Had to elaborate with that. I had to elaborate that with you guys. So that's it. Thanks for posting up the video, Ed, and looking forward to the next one.